are you?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
Oh man, is he in his final season? I think Curbs one last season.
They haven't said it's the last, but there's one coming out. It always comes out in the fall, I feel like.
I think it's the last.
Is it
but
the last?
I don't know. Larry, he keeps it going though, so I don't know. So yeah, dude, big night. Kate Berry is our guest tonight. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Always.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's been in the queue for some time now. I want to say about maybe a month or two. She's been in demand for about half a year. Just known for being the most solid friend, hilarious, and the memory apparently of an elephant. I can remember everything. So we're gonna have to throw some stuff back as we usually do, and we're gonna have to hear more about how she's doing right now because she's also a wicked big smarty pants. So. I'd like to learn more about that and
let's bring her in, man. Let's bring her into the
with that intro chat. Okay. Hello
Kate the date.
There she is.
Enters the chat. What's up?
Look at that, she's got HBS there. Oh man, what a smart ass. You're on mute, dude.
Oh yeah, you gotta unmute your shit.
I haven't used Zoom since I had a baby because I'm on maternity leave. So I definitely have to take the HBS off and rookie move on mute there. So.
Well, it happens.
Yeah.
How's it going, dude? How are you?
Good.
Good. Long time no see, John.
Yeah. How you been?
Good to see you.
Sorry. Hey, Pete. I've been good. I really can't complain. Yeah.
Are you having a drink, maybe, possibly?
I'm having a pinga.
Sweet.
Very nice.
Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Tall boy Yinling.
Mm-hmm. Hey, it's so good to see you. So you're on maternity leave. How much time you get off?
Wait, first of all, you guys are so official with these like big microphones.
I know. I'm holding it. I'm not.
We're running a business over here.
JB.
JB's
got the audio down, and I am in a blank, empty room because we put in carpets this weekend, and this is gonna be the baby's nursery. So I guess I'm gonna lose my studio. So I'm losing my Dutch Master studio to a kid, I guess. But
I
there's just so much.
Like 6 bedrooms in that house you have down there.
I knew you were going to say that. It's just so much room. There's echoes and everything, Kate,
Yeah.
High ceilings.
What did you go with there, P, for the carpet? The off-white?
Yeah, dude, it's too white. I'm already
dangerous with kids running around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of buyer's remorse with that respect. I'm like, my dog hasn't been up here, and like it's a little dangerous. So before long, someone's gonna puke shit or whatever on it, and I'll be back to normal.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh my gosh. I went out 2 weeks before I had the baby, and then it'll be 22 weeks from the baby was born. So all in all, it was 24 weeks.
Which is how many months?
It's like, it turns out to be 5-ish months.
5,
That's
6,
good.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah. I'm very lucky.
So you're almost done then.
June 5th. I have the June scaries. I can't even think about it. It makes me get so anxious to think about going back.
Well, I guess we can just kind of dive into that because what do you do? I want to take it back.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I want to take it back to our origin story when I first freaking met you, which was hilarious. But since we're on this topic, are you going back to Harvard Business School? Are you studying? Are you doing research, or what do you do?
Yeah, I work at HBS. This is an HBS computer, as indicated by the name when I came on. I am a senior program manager for an economist there. So I handle content related to like creating shared value and strategy and delivering programs around those topics.
Sounds so academia. John, what did you get from that?
Senior developer. That's so you're a bigwig.
Senior program manager.
Oh, okay. Well, bigwig. Yeah.
No, I'm not a bigwig.
So are you working with building the program, or are you working with delivering content of what the research is?
Both. But so, and just to dial it back, again, the economist that I work for is actually probably going to be retiring. So he's the bigwig. He's like the number one most cited man alive in the world. Like
are you allowed to say it? Will we know?
Michael Porter. I didn't know him before I started working for him because I wasn't in the economic field. But yeah, it's Michael Porter. He might have dropped because he stopped writing the last couple of years, but he's like top 5 probably for sure still.
Was he canceled?
No, he wasn't canceled. He's getting old, so
Yeah. So those are some big shoes to fill. You got to step into those, huh, Kate?
I'm definitely not stepping into those shoes. But so he probably will be retiring. So I'm going to have to find a new job because without him, my role does not exist.
Yeah, gotcha.
But that's okay.
I think Central Mass Windows is hiring. Central Mass.
Absolute. Yeah, I can definitely.
Yeah, John, I saw or I heard your commercial. I listened to Dan Kendall's episode the other day, and I love it so much.
Well, that's not a real commercial, Kate.
Well, whatever it is, I love it.
That's just a skit me and Dan did in like, I don't know, 2016 or something.
It's still like an ad. It gets your... I guess you don't mention yourself.
I think the clientele that I would attract with that ad would be dangerous.
I think it's great. I think it's fantastic. I think it's actually going to pull people in. If you're at the end, you were like, just kidding. It's called Central Mass Windows, not fucking Windows, and you can call it this line. Bye.
Yeah.
Well, what we were saying, Kate, was that we always have kind of a break when we do these. We take like a 5 so we can open up a new Zoom room and stuff. And we were thinking some kind of like mock advertisement every week.
That's
just
good.
some company that does not exist at all.
That's great.
Yeah.
Wait, so I know, John, what you do. Pete, I don't actually know what you're doing down there.
No one knows what I do.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I do. I guess in one sense, we're a full service merch provider. So we work with a lot of musicians and artists, and I also work with a lot of companies. I have more of a B2B background, but my partner is more connected into the music scene, and we do like, t-shirts, hats, hoodies, all kinds of apparel, and all kinds of merch. So it's like your business. You started it. He started it, but I've come on board, and
cool.
It's cool. It's more creative than like insurance policies is what I like, and there's a real demand for it because there's all these brands that have their Shopify stores and their e-commerce stores. So we have like a 30,000 square foot facility where we have the fulfillment side too. So you see those businesses popping up doing the fulfillment of different products. We're the ones that are actually delivering the product on your Shopify order.
Cool. So
if you order something from like a Shopify or Etsy that says like Watertown's beautiful, it might have come from me.
Oh, that's so funny. I had no idea.
No, I don't.
Also, going back to the insurance thing, like I said, I just listened to the Dan episode, and you mentioned the little business you had in Boston, and you sold rental insurance to a colleague of mine.
Yes.
I was in a different role at HBS.
Oh, did I?
Okay. We all went out, and like you sold her insurance while we were at the bar.
At the bar? Was I there? Wait.
Yeah, you sold my friend rental insurance.
I was a go-getter, Kate.
I know, you're a hustler.
I was a hustler. I'm
6 whiskey sours and he still sells the motherfucker.
I know. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know.
That's awesome.
It's impressive.
Well, so Kate, let's go back. Like I'm trying to, like with the origins with so many people. So, Lo said that you lived in Worcester before Shrewsbury.
Yeah. Did you get?
Weird?
Was that?
Say that
did
like
you go to Lowe for like recon?
No, she just said it on the show quick, right?
Oh, she did.
She provides good intel, though. She does.
Yeah. Yeah. I lived in Worcester until I was 9 years old, and I moved to Shrewsbury in the middle of 4th grade. So like after Christmas break, which is the worst. But I lived.
The worst?
What was that?
Why is that the worst?
Because like you already started the school year. Like people have their friend groups. You're in elementary school. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you do. This is her memory, John. This is what I was telling you about. Like she remembers that shit. She thinks about that shit.
I remember how I felt. Yeah,
what I was doing when I was 9. Other than writing a crazy book that we'll get to later, that I showed you a text message this weekend about. But we'll get to that later. You moved to Shrewsbury. You moved to over there by North Street, like into the ritzy part.
No, I originally lived by. Do you guys know Pubbin Park?
Of course.
Yeah, I lived in that development.
Is it anywhere near?
It's just a residential full court basketball court, but the hoops were kind of low, right? They weren't regulation.
I don't even know why it was called Pubbin Park.
It was called Pubbin Park because there was a kid we went to school with named Pubbin who was a short guy, and the hoops weren't regulation.
Oh my gosh.
So they called it Pubbin Park.
Yeah, it was like on the other side of town.
Was it near where that like amazing garden is? And that guy that has all those trinkets and weird, awesome, cool things?
That's Stony Hill. No, it wasn't really near there.
Where's Pubbin Park? I remember the basketball court. You're right, Bonner. I remember that thing, but
it was off of Grove Street. So one entrance to the development was off of Grove Street, and the other one was honestly like right by Route 20 by the old drive-in.
That's no longer there. That's now a Market Basket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So I hear I haven't
that back.
Seen it yet. But when I lived in Worcester, the street I lived on was parallel to, Matt Abraham?
Yep.
Yeah, so it was parallel to Matt Abraham's street. So Matt Abraham's family was friends with Steph's family. So when I moved to Shrewsbury, the Abrahams connected me with Steph. So that's kind of like how me and Steph first started.
Nice.
Weirdly, like networky for a young age.
Yeah, and Maddie Abraham was actually my like one of my first real crushes from like first to fourth grade. Yeah.
Boyfriend? First boyfriend?
No, first crush. First grade, Pete.
I mean, I got after it young, and and Kim back was talking about how he was dating in 5th grade, and Bonner had a couple early girlfriends. I remember, didn't you, Bonner?
Yeah.
Who was your first girlfriend, Bonner? Amber Lynch?
Arguably. But no, like official, like
Amber.
Going out, having a status with a girl.
Status.
Wasn't it like, it was probably Jill. It was like Jill Mash Mateo or someone like that.
I didn't know you guys went out.
But what is going out? You know? Did we ever really define that?
You just had a crush on each other, and then like you admitted it. Like that's all it was. And then you were way too nervous to.
And you tried to be exclusive.
Kim Back made me laugh so hard when he was talking about how he and Lynn never talked.
Lynn, yeah.
She denied it. She pinged us or whatever. She said that did not happen.
Oh my gosh.
But it makes sense.
I don't think she remembered it because we talked about it after he said it.
Well, Kim Back's a professional yarn spinner now, so you gotta take a grain of salt with what he says.
I know. I love him.
He's crushing it. Yeah, he was at the
seen him a few
Improv.
times.
I saw a video of him at the Improv, dude. It's a very famous. There's one in L.A. and Miami and New York and everywhere, but like, yeah, man,
cool.
he's performing in some cool places.
Mm-hmm. So back to our guest.
I know we always talk about Kim back at one point in all the podcasts.
Okay, when I first met you, you know this story or whatever.
No.
When I first
see what you're gonna say.
when I first met you, I think it must have been middle school because I think you went to like Spring Street or something. I went to Patton.
And now I went to so that first when I moved here, I went to Coolidge for half of the year, and then I went to Floral.
Okay. So when I first met you, you got stung by a bee in your eye.
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
That was 7th grade. Yeah.
And you were like swollen, like, I'm Kate Berry. Like, and I was just like, hi.
I could not open my eye. It was full blown. Yeah.
I feel like that was the first time I met you. Maybe I did.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was. You were like, yeah, but even back then you were like wicked chill and like, you know, you're very self-aware and you're very smart with that respect. But you were just like, yeah, I know, Pete, my eye looks weird. Like, just get over it. And I was like, okay, this girl's cool. But like,
crazy is like that happened to me. And that same first day of school, my brother had like poison ivy like everywhere. So my mom's picture of us that year is a wreck.
Oh, you got it anywhere? Easily accessible. Oh man,
that's
beautiful. So then that must have been 7th grade? No, 6th grade.
No, that was 7th.
That was 7th? Okay. And you were on 7 Red? No,
I was on White,
which was next to 7 Red, I think.
No, it was above it. We had like our own hallway.
Above it? What were the teachers? And we're going to get to the silver next.
Oh, God. Poitras, Billings, and starts with a D. I forget. Duchesneau.
Wow. With Steven Elworthy? No? Jimmy Pigs?
No, Jimmy. Trevor was. Trevor was on our team.
Gotcha.
Trevor.
Yeah. Trevor.
So then let's fast forward to 8th grade, and I want to get your take on the origins of this DutchCast, which was 8th grade. So you were there at the very beginning, but
I know.
But I wonder what the outsider look was on that. Like, what was your take when we were just?
It was wild. Like
we brought the camera into class, so I mean,
I know. I remember.
And we'd have like showcases at people's parents' basements. Kelly's basement.
Kelly's basement. But yeah, what was like Fraser's classroom like to you?
Yeah, well, first of all, Fraser came from, it was either Weston or Wellesley to Shrewsbury, which like Shrewsbury is a very nice town Bolton. Too. But I remember she taught at either Weston or Wellesley before she came to Shrewsbury. So I remember her always like comparing the schools between what she taught before and our class. And I thought that we were just like trash. But yeah, I remember you guys putting the camera in the back and like thinking it was hilarious, but also I was such a nerd. I was like, this is distracting.
I mean, you don't have to be a nerd to realize that this is completely inappropriate.
No, not inappropriate. I just meant like I want to learn the lesson and I can't because I was distracted.
Wow.
But Pete, she loves you so much.
I know.
Oh. Yeah, because he was a gentleman and a scholar. That's what she always called him. Peter.
Yeah.
You're a gentleman and a scholar. Thank you.
She lived next door to a kid I played soccer with, Vinny Ricciardi, in Bolton. And so I kind of knew, and it was like a weird house in Bolton. It was a big hill. It was one driveway that would split at the top, and it was Miss Fraser's house and Vinny Ricciardi's house. And I used to go over to Vinny Ricciardi's and play soccer or whatever. and she lived next door. So so I guess what I'm trying to say is I did know a little bit of her private life outside of the public life, and I think that's what got me in. And then I exploited the shit out of it.
I never knew that.
Like the case of the never handing in the report that Kate always laughs at. That I was
oh
like,
my God,
when are you going to write this report? What would do you remember what happened? Or I mean,
you just never did, and you got like an A, right?
Yeah, but do you remember what I did?
No.
So what I did was I just never did it. Everyone passed it in. Like, let's say this is February 1st or something. Everyone passed it in. You know, everyone's waiting on it. I feel like it was kind of a big one. I just was like, yeah, I'll get to it later. I'll pass it in late. Because I used to pass things in late because I would get away with it because you like me. Blah, blah, blah. But this one, I just kept going. And you were like, Pete, when are you going to fucking pass in the sheet? I remember you like looking at me and like saying that. And I'm like, don't worry about it. I'll get it done. And so what ended up happening, she finished the papers, she finished grading them, and she passed them back out. Where's mine, Miss Fraser? Peter, you don't get yours. I don't. Where's mine? And then, sure enough, she was like, I'll look for it. I grabbed someone's paper that finished it, kind of copied it, but made it my own. Brought it in the next day, stomped all over it with my feet and got it all dirty and threw it under her desk. And then next day I go, is that my paper over there? And she was like, oh my gosh, Peter, your paper is over here. I'm like, oh, it's okay. Just silly. You know, you should just grade it when you can.
Oh my God.
That is some shit right there. That is like, yeah. I mean, I was 12 and I was thinking up that stuff.
I feel like you even admitting that now, you would get in trouble.
Yeah, how about she totally quit after that class?
I know. John, I remember you being a really good writer, like specifically from that class.
Still am, Kate.
John is secret.
I believe it. I feel like it wasn't a secret then.
No, it wasn't. You just hated school. I feel like school.
Yeah. English class was always a breeze. Always a breeze for me.
Yeah. Well, I actually got... What?
Go ahead.
I was going to say that was like the peak of my academic career. I got like the merit award. I mean, I didn't have stiff competition, but...
It's not the peak. You went on to American, so then where did you go to grad school? And then did you get a PhD? Do you have a PhD?
No.
I thought you did. You were like in school. You have a master's from Harvard, right?
Yeah.
And so 7th grade was the pinnacle. Got
it. That was 8th grade, yeah. I remember you, it was when the song came out that's like, Shikami on the calendar. It wasn't me, like, and he goes through.
Shaggy?
You're saying this, Shaggy, yeah. You're saying this to Miss Fraser. You're like, you're going through the lyrics, and then you're like, she caught me on camera. Obviously, you're caught, bro. Like, you went into it like you were so, like, you were trying to have an argument about the song, about Shaggy caught having, like, an affair, and she just thought you were, like, funny.
Yeah.
It's wild that.
Well, when we just started having like bi-weekly meetings or like meeting every week after school, we were kind of like, why are we doing this? And they were like, you guys just have to do this. Do you remember that, Bonner? Do you remember that? Like me, you, Cody, Dennis had to be there after school and like kind of have detention.
No, I think I blocked out that traumatic
we did. We
experience.
Did,
yeah. Did that really happen? Did we do that?
It did happen.
So for how long would we have to stay after school for? Like an hour?
No, it was it was just unannounced.
I don't remember that.
I remember you were super pissed about it.
Oh, of course.
Why? Give me the reason why this is happening. And I knew why it was happening. It was like because we're a bunch of jackasses. But anyway.
Are you trying to be Jackass?
Trying to. Yes. And loving the show Jackass.
So, Kate, you've been in and around like academia all your life?
No, when before I moved back up here, when I lived in DC, I worked at a law firm. Before that, the DOJ.
Were you like a paralegal, or were you just?
Yeah, I was a paralegal, but I always knew I wanted to come back up here, and I decided I didn't want to be a lawyer. So I was kind of over that job, and I was like, I guess it's the right time to come back. So that was in 2013, so 10 years ago.
Wow,
which is wild. Then the night that I moved back, Lynn invited me out to Nick Kraut's house, and John was there. And that night, I texted Sarah Powers and was like, I have a crush on John. And then we started dating a couple of months later.
Wow.
Yeah.
Stars aligned. Such a good guy.
Oh, yeah.
And so, but Kate, I got to tell you, your wedding, the rain was...
I have PTSD, Pete.
I mean, you and John are such good people, troopers that were like, oh, this is going to be fine and whatever. But I felt like it was like Noah's Ark. I've never seen.
It was Noah's. They had never seen rain like that. John, the street. So the way my venue worked, it was like a place. There were two different buildings, and the street flooded, so you couldn't get to the other building. So Pete, we were supposed to go back down and dance in the boathouse.
Yeah.
So the after party, I don't think anyone remembers. But my aunt tells a story of like seeing the caterers, because they had to use outside to do some of their cooking or whatever, and they were like flopping. They kept on like tripping in the mud and like flopping around outside in the rain. It was
wow. Well, you made the best of it then.
Yeah. Did you guys get a honeymoon?
We just drank a lot.
Yeah, it was wet overall. Sounds like
it was. Yeah, exactly.
It was just there. I'm sorry. Am I bringing back bad memories, or are you?
No. Obviously,
you're good with it.
We had so much fun, but
you had a good time.
The whole point of having a wedding on the water is to see the view, and you couldn't see the view.
Right. And I stayed at my friend's house, the Fritz's, over on Old Wharf Road, which was maybe an eighth a mile away. Yeah. No rain. I'm talking there was a cloud.
Localized storm.
Yep. Me and Sarah have been to that house, remember? We came and visited you, and then we went to the drive-in.
Oh, yeah. We went and saw...
I forget what we saw.
I forget what we saw.
I do remember at the house.
But I forget what we saw. I want to say like Tarzan. It wasn't good, but we were like, whatever. Did you guys go on a honeymoon?
Yeah, we went to Thailand.
You're good like that.
Sweet.
Such a good planner.
Nice.
Kate, how did you get good at planning like things?
Well, I figured like we did want to have kids, and I just said we were never probably going to be able to do this again. So go as far away as we can.
So how was Thailand?
Thailand was amazing. Thailand totally made up for the rainy wedding. We spent 2 weeks there, and we did Bangkok, and then we went up north to Chiang Mai, and we went down to an island, Koh Lanta. So we did 3 different locations over the course of 2 weeks.
That's sweet.
Any connection to the daughter's name, Coletta? Colette.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
No, Colette.
Or was the name based off of the autographs I have signed in here from Peter Edwards's 3rd grade class at Coolidge School. My best friend is Brian Terrell. Yeah.
Oh my God! What do you have there?
The autographs are Anthony Gagliardo and their 7-digit phone numbers.
Gagliardo, dude.
But it's also got John Collette. John Collette.
I
don't remember who that is, but it made me think.
I don't know him.
I remember John Collette. He was kind of a heavier kid that I got in my first like playground fight with.
Oh,
it was like my first playground fight. John Collette. He kicked my ass.
Your first? Were you really like rumbling around out there?
Yeah, like fists, like throwing arms, dude. Yeah.
Ooh.
But just young kids, like, I don't know, 8 or 9.
Yeah, I mean, that was 9.
Now I can't picture like walking past the playground and seeing a couple 9.
Just going at it. I'd get right behind I'd like get right behind one of them and cheer him on the whole time. Just like,
oh man, they don't do that anymore.
I'd probably break it up. I'm a responsible adult now. Yeah, probably get in there and break it up.
Sorry, Colette. So how was Coletta?
Colette she'll be 4 months on Monday.
Yeah.
So she's in the throes of a 4-month progression. So you're looking at someone who's waking up every hour.
Yep.
At night.
Yep.
And just not great. So we're gonna let her cry it out this weekend. We're sending Rowan to his grandparents. And
what's that?
We're gonna my parents are gonna take Rowan, and we're just gonna let Colette cry it out this weekend.
The Ferber method, isn't that what that's called?
Yeah. Yeah. It might be cruel to some people, but I just gotta sleep.
They don't remember.
Well, they learn how to self-soothe that way, right?
That's the idea.
Right. That's yeah. But otherwise, she's the best. She's like the best baby ever. So you're having a girl, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
it's into this room. Yeah, that's why this room is so empty, like I was saying. So yeah, we're due June 22nd. Shit. That's 2 months.
It's coming, coming.
Yep. We don't have a name yet, but Melissa's big and it's starting to move a lot.
I'm sure she appreciates you saying that. Lois is big.
She's big. She's angry. She's annoyed. She's hot. She's cold. Her feet are getting.
She doesn't
bigger.
get a lot of time off, right?
She's taken 8 weeks off this time.
That's not enough.
It's not enough. I know, but that's.
And do you actually get any time off?
I can work remotely and, just kind of sell to
Pop in and out.
Yeah, just like.
Yeah. But
no, I'll probably take a couple weeks off just because we'll see how the baby sleeps. Ethan didn't sleep at all. Like I was like you, I was up every hour and we tried everything and he just didn't sleep. He's the greatest guy. He's sweet. He's the man. So, but like sleeping wasn't his thing.
Great guy.
Yeah. But Rowan is the man. You got to let that hair grow again. Let that hair grow out.
I know. Colette has the same hair. So hers will be very long.
She came out with a head of hair.
So did he. Yeah. John, both of my kids were born with like huge heads of black hair.
That's
the Black Irish. They call that Black Irish.
Yeah, there you go.
Mm-hmm.
So how is Rowan taking to being a sibling?
At first, it was rough. Like,
okay, have any tips?
What was that?
Have any tips? But go ahead.
The biggest tip I would give is to never blame the baby for anything, because then Ethan will hate the baby. Like, oh, we can't do that because of the baby, or
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
if like Colette I'm breastfeeding. So if I'm feeding her, and I can't do something, if I can't play, I'm not like, I'm feeding Colette. It's like. I don't know. I make something else up, but
interesting.
Yeah. So he doesn't resent her, but yeah. So it was rough to begin with because he loves being just him, and he loves he doesn't like to play with other kids really. But he's totally. Does
he go to daycare?
Yeah, he goes to daycare 3 days a week.
He just doesn't.
Well, those are his crew. I guess I just mean like.
I know.
If we go to the park, he doesn't really care to.
Yeah.
What?
He can self-entertain and stuff. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah. So, but he's warmed up to her, and now it's super cute. It took a month.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then how's John doing? Is he
John's
still at
doing
Harpoon?
really, really good. Yeah, he's at Harpoon.
Nice.
He's been there for a long time now. He's been there since 2016.
Is he a brewer or is he works in the office or something else?
He's in production. So
he's making it?
Yeah, he makes the beer.
Awesome.
They've kind of changed their operational. It used to be like a brewer, a cellar person, a packaging person, but now they kind of cross train and they all do everything. But
nice.
So
I have a buddy that works at Harpoon. I bet he knows him. Greg Moon.
Yeah, Miss Moon's son.
Yeah.
Another name that's come up on this podcast about 4 times.
Yeah. We have to take a break, guys. You guys want to take a quick 5 and come back and reconvene?
Well, let me read a story before it goes out if we have 1 minute, okay? I'll read a poem.
Less than 1 minute, Pete.
Friends, pets. I have a friend, Brian, who has a pet lion. I have a friend, Pete, who has a pet parakeet. I have a friend, Matt, who has a pet bat. I have a friend, Tony, who has a pet pony. I have a friend, John, who has a pet swan. Wow, that's bad. How about this one?
I like it.
How about this one? Bee, fast, thin, buzzing, stinging, flying, lands on the flowers. Bug.
That's deep. That's really deep.
Beautiful.
All right, then. We'll kick it to a commercial and catch you on the flip side.
I found hydro drops. It takes away the smell and everything. Now I just go to work and get high as hell on my new hydro drops. Fuck that. The monkeys can run around and get high all they want. But now I'm high all day long on my new hydro drops. Thanks, hydro drops.
Okay, did everyone have fun?
I just stayed where I was.
I smoked a cigarette and I got a new beer and said goodnight to my girl.
I don't know her, do I?
You have not met Marissa, I don't think. You didn't go to Trev's wedding, or did you?
I couldn't, no.
Yeah.
That's a bummer.
Me neither.
I didn't get to meet her.
Because the back in the day was fantastic. Were you at the big house, Kate? Yeah.
I rented it, Pete.
Of course you did. Just let Kate plan it. Let me know where to go.
Oh my gosh, the fire department came.
When did the fire department come?
Oh my God.
I just remember I was just farting.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, get out of here. And I was just farting because of all that freaking vegan food. Well, I blame that, but that's not it. I have problems.
Your mom says
internal problems.
Yeah. No, the fire department came because the gas stove was clicking and Sarah was so nervous that she called 911. John, didn't you camp out on the grounds?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, makeshift.
That was a beautiful house.
I know.
Awesome time. Let's do that.
So drunk. I remember getting. We weren't supposed to go in the house, right? Like they had the bathrooms outside.
Oh yeah.
I went into the house and I got lost, and I was so drunk I could not figure out like where I.
Oh man, yeah, I got into the house too to go to the bathroom. I think like everybody got in, but I mean, we're not going to the porta potty. Like I don't know. And I think someone made a McD's run. Remember that?
Oh yeah, dude.
Like we're going to McDonald's. Who wants something?
Yeah, and I think Steve was slinging like Bud Lights out of his car during the wedding.
Slinging them.
Oh man.
I just remember having a good jam that night.
Yeah.
On stage.
That was a fun wedding.
Singing Bobby.
I think we did try to do Bobby. Yeah. The whole band was there. Me, Drew, Trev, and Hoggy. The band gave us their instruments. They're like, sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It was a good time.
Were you with John at that point? Kate?
Oh, we were chatting.
Dating?
I wanted him to come, but he
Glad he didn't.
He,
Too early.
He was living
Too early
on
to meet the
Cape at
family.
time. Yeah, he was living on the Cape at the time, and had to work at he worked at a golf course, so we had to work at 4 a.m. the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So that would have been a long,
Yeah, the Cape to Burlington is a haul. It's like 6 hours.
It wouldn't quite be doable. But speaking of getting drunk and not knowing where I was in the house, so I know you and Lo chatted about that story about when we were in Providence, and
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
I have a second part to it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I ended up in your bed and I threw up, right?
No. You
I
peed.
peed.
You didn't throw up. You peed.
Okay,
I don't know how you ended up in my bed.
So this is how I ended up in your bed. So another part of it is another time that I went to Providence to visit you. I went into Dan Little's room, who I don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
And I just said, move over. I remember saying it. I didn't even know the guy. I didn't know him. I just said, move over. And we both just slept. There was nothing going on.
Yeah.
I was just looking for a bed. So
yeah,
that's probably what I.
Dan was a good one to choose for that. Dan is a straight shooter. Now with my bed, you probably got in there first. I'd imagine. I imagine I probably slumbered in at some point, but you were in there, and I was probably I'm passed out.
Yeah.
That was a good party. Good time.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I don't know how I ended up at Providence so much because I didn't go to school up here. But
we lived there during the summer, so that was probably
that's
when you
why,
were there. You probably didn't come to Providence much when Providence was in school time. But it was a quick trip to go to a triple decker shithole house that had 5 kegs in it every day.
Oh my God.
I think we had 10 kegs that party. 10. No, that wasn't the 10 kegger, but it was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know how we did it, Kate. I don't know how. I mean, I remember going to American and you guys used to just drink. I remember you drinking liquor. I couldn't drink liquor. But I remember that.
I was thinking about how you know my college friends.
Yeah.
Shar.
Yeah.
Who I'm actually going to see in a couple weeks. I'm going to go visit. We're going to meet in London.
Nice.
Shar,
because Char's in Germany, right? She's got the brewery in Germany.
Yeah. You rented Nancy's apartment.
Yeah.
Casey. I feel like you really, you know.
I know them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you guys like plan trips and stuff. That's why. I don't know. I think they all came to the Cape, but no, maybe they did. No, they didn't.
No, me and Char lived at the Cape at the same time.
Who is the black curly hair? Beautiful smile. Amanda. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So me, Lo, and Char, John, rented a house at the Cape the same summer that Pete and Kyle Julian were living at the Cape. So we all hung out that summer. And yeah, Amanda came and visited.
Nice.
That was a great summer. That was a great summer. I mean, granted, I lived in a palace, but
I know.
But that wasn't why it was great. That wasn't
Kate. Something we always try to ask people is if you've ever been involved in an arrest, Shrewsbury, or had any close calls with the cops or anything like that.
Yeah, I was a part of the CFIT lockdown. Were you there? Were you guys there?
Oh, yeah, I was there.
I was there.
Yeah, I wanted to run, and Lynn, I know you're going to listen to this. Lynn told me to stay because the cops don't do anything. So I like sat there, like, and then next thing I know, we're all on a patio.
Not doing anything, huh?
Yeah.
No.
But that was like the first time they ever did that. So.
Any other times?
No, I don't think so.
How about an American? DC?
No. I called 911 a couple times because like I would see people, it sounds weird, but like I would see like a couple of people too drunk like on the side of the street, and I would get nervous that they like hit their heads, so I would call 911 and have the cops to show up. But no other.
Probably just shooting dope.
I think that they were just too drunk, but who knows? Maybe that's me being naive.
Did Boss show up?
Yeah, Boss came and arrested everyone.
Yeah, he should have.
That's great.
Pete, do you have like a core group of friends down there? Like, do you have like an alternate universe?
No, I don't.
Dutch, no.
No, I have a decent friend that's from Cleveland. He and I connected when I first moved here, and we were good. I have a lot of cousins here, right? My dad's side, but it's hard to meet friends at this age. I was just looking at my text message. I'm going golfing next weekend with a guy. Like, it's like a mandate. Like his wife works with my wife, and I was
dude,
like,
hit up Drewski, dude. You gotta hit up Drewski.
Yeah, well, Drewski doesn't have a cell phone.
Drewski does have a cell phone, man.
I'm kidding.
Oh, you're talking about back in the day, Drewski not having a cell phone.
Yeah, but no, not really, Kate. So I don't know. We just got. I don't know. So I know.
I just pictured in my head like the same group of friends you have up here, but just like different versions of them down there.
Yeah,
like in that Seinfeld episode.
Yeah. The Kramer,
Bizarro jury.
They like to, Bizarro. They like to read books. No, I don't have that. I don't really have a lot of friends.
It's hard
because at first it was work friends, and now I'm like the boss, so now I don't have work friends anymore.
Yeah.
So now I just have like associates and partner. Yeah, it's just. So. But
no one wants to hang out with their boss, dude.
And I'm the old man on the team, so.
It's so weird that we're getting so old.
I know.
We've crossed the threshold to almost 40.
Yeah.
So what? I'm loving it. I'm enjoying every minute.
I do agree. It's like I like who I am becoming older and older, but it's just weird because I feel young. But
I mean,
like,
here we are.
Number
talking about we're talking. You better feel young on this podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, it's weird that we're inching closer to 40.
Are you gonna move out to the burbs?
So John, I live in Watertown. And
which is quasi burby.
Yeah, it is.
You own that place?
Yeah, we own it, and we would like to stay here, but we will see. It's just so expensive. So
Massachusetts sucks, man. It really does, with all the taxes and shit.
It's crazy. So we're gonna stay. Pete, brace yourself. We live in 1,000 square feet with a family of 4. So.
I know. You texted me that, and I said, "Yeah, that's
tough."
Which, like, it actually works for us. We don't mind living in a small space.
Let me ask you this: are there a lot of walkable places? Can you walk to the park?
Yeah, I can walk.
Can you walk to the
everywhere.
Coffee shop?
Yeah, I can walk. Yeah.
Can you walk to get groceries? Not that you want to carry them all back.
I can. Yeah, I've done that many times. Or a bike, because we only have one car too, so I bike. Like everywhere.
You bike to work?
Yeah.
Yeah. Solid little runway. I used to run over there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
think that's
a quarter
great.
mile. Yeah, we live a quarter mile from the river.
I live in the opposite of that. I live in the opposite of that, Kate, and I struggle with it. So the neighborhood I'm in is a named neighborhood. It's called Raintree Forest. It's got tennis courts, pool, all these like suburban amenities.
Yeah.
But you take your car everywhere, and you wonder why people are getting obese and stuff. It's because, well, yeah, they call it the Tennessee 10, but I call it like Tennessee 40 at this point. But
I've never heard of that. Have you done?
Yeah. Well, John lived here for a bit. So he saw these neighborhoods, and I think he's picking up what I'm putting down here.
Especially like Brentwood and
I live in Brentwood.
Towns like that. Yeah. I mean, it's basically like the higher end of what you would see in like Colonial Drive, like Shrewsbury, but more expansive, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot more
like
gated communities.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point, Pete. I think being able to get your workout in on the way to work and back is awesome, dude. Riding your bike to work, walking to work, running to work. We were down in LA with Cody, and someone was paddleboarding to work.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I would just walking to the coffee shop like that was like huge. And when I lived in the south end of Boston and I met Melissa, my now wife, we would walk and take the train everywhere, and it was awesome. So we still like think about that. And now that our kids are well, we have another one on the way, but it is something to think about because there is a lot of value and a lot of things to be said about living that way amongst other people, walking down the park, walking down the street to go to the coffee shop, versus you don't have to really interact with anyone if you don't have to here in my town. And I thought it was the good move because I always wanted to have what I kind of have, and I thought that was the right choice and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I have the house at like I'm not like it looks like the McAllister's house, and I freaking like love Home Alone and shit. And I'm like, I'm gonna have a house with black shutters and Red Brook, and I have it, and it's fine, it's great, but and it's in a great school system. Like it's gonna be a great school system and all this stuff. But I'm starting to think, Kate, like it's just like that stuff is, I don't know, it doesn't matter that much.
It's just a different lifestyle.
It's a different lifestyle, but like there's
on the flip side, your kids, I'm sure there's like a million kids there, and they're all gonna like play in the streets, or not.
But I guess I hope so. We were young when we moved here. We were the youngest on the block. All my neighbors are older than us. But our decision was when we got married and we were looking for a place closer to Nashville when Nashville was absolutely booming. Yeah. Or look for a place outside of Nashville in a town that is really, really, really nice when it comes to school systems and stuff like that. So we ended up here in Brentwood for the same price as it would be for the 1,000 square foot that you have in Nashville. That was a trade-off.
Yeah.
It's a trade-off. It's all about trade-offs. What's that?
I said you're always welcome to come back up here.
Yeah. Bonner's going to have me move to West Brookfield. East Brookfield?
Oh, you'd love the Brookfields, Pete. You could get a slab of what you have up here for much cheaper. More taxes on it, though. A lot more taxes on it.
Yeah,
Tennessee's pretty good with the property tax and all that, right?
Very good. Very good. Now, not good to their members of Congress.
Oh yeah, oh my God.
Guns and texted me like right away, and I do know that school that there was a shooting at, and I do know people.
Where is that school in Nashville, Pete? Where is it located? What area?
I mean, it's like I want to say like it's South Nashville, sort of West Nashville, South. Which is closer to me, which is, So like that's the, I know.
I thought you were going to say weren't drag queen bands in Tennessee?
The what?
Drag queens. Didn't a law get signed in Tennessee?
Oh yeah. Well, that too. I mean, there's things
like,
stacking
what?
up at this point. So I take this road into 65, the highway into town every day for work. And there used to be this big statue of this Confederate soldier, like going charge. And it's like, it was like 40 feet high. It was a big, like, bronze statue, like charge Confederate flag. Do you remember that, Bonner?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about?
They took it down.
They finally took it down. Like they finally took it down. I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, what is this? Confederacy. Like, what is this?
Yeah.
Next day, 8 flags of the Confederate flag in the same place of where it is. So,
oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
You take 1 step forward and 2 step back, Kate. So I don't know.
I think we also live in a bubble in Massachusetts, especially in the Boston area. So that happening is probably much more common than a lot of people think. Up here, that happens in the rest of the country. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, on my Providence College group text chain, there's a lot of Republicans on it and stuff, and they joke about a lot of stuff, and I'm like, this is not a joke.
Yeah.
Like, my neighbor has automatic weapons and was like, when shit goes down, let me know. And I'm like, are you serious? So it's a different thing, and I don't know if we'll be here forever, but these things about, do you want to leave Watertown or because honestly, Kate, it's not a bad bubble.
Yeah, I would stay here forever. Bubble, we can afford it. Yeah.
I mean, it's very, very productive and progressive, and I dig that about that. I mean, you do have a Republican governor, right? Isn't Charlie Baker?
No, our governor is Wu now.
Oh yeah, she won? Or what? How long? I'm sorry.
No, not Wu. It's Healy. Maura Healy.
Ah.
Yeah, and our mayor, or Boston's mayor, is Michelle Wu.
Michelle Wu. Yeah.
But yeah, Maura Healy's not. Baker was Republican, but he was not. He was like a progressive Republican, right?
Yeah. He was
more like financially conservative, not.
That's me. That's what I think. That's what I like.
Yeah.
But no guns and stuff. I hate that stuff. That's what I worry about too. Melissa and I were talking, now when Ethan's getting older, he's starting to have play dates, we're gonna have to ask the question, does
this wild.
Does this house have guns? And if the question is yes, if the answer is yes, we're like, no. And she's with it.
Something I would never think of. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. So, yeah. So anyway, you're as a eldest. How's your brother doing? How's your sister doing? What are they up to now? Is your brother still in New York City or something? Where's he living?
Yeah, he lives in Brooklyn. He lives in the Heights of Brooklyn and is still living. So he's 32, and he's just living like he's 21 still.
Yep.
This is your brother, Chris?
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah, I met Chris a couple times. I think I smoked a couple bowls with Chris back in the day.
Of course you have, yeah. Actually, he was at your show, I think, with Trevor, yeah. So, yeah, Chris is just living life. He's actually coming back this weekend. He'll meet Colette for the first time.
Sweet.
And Court is living in Moab.
First time?
Yeah, right?
I was going to say COVID's over.
Yeah. He's had COVID like 10 times.
He's still it's COVID.
And Courtney is currently in Salt Lake City. She's a travel nurse. But she's closing on a condo in Moab, Utah.
Nice.
Have you been there? Is that Mormon Central or what? What?
I've been to Salt Lake City just to go to. Casey has a place her parents have a place in Park City, so I've been there. We didn't spend a lot of time in Salt Lake City, but she loves it. She loves to ski,
Beautiful.
hike. Yeah, she's just she's living her best life, and she's buying this place in Moab, which I had never heard of before. She lived there before, and it's just like beautiful red rocks. It's a tourist town. There's only like 6,000 residents. So yeah, wow, I can't wait to go visit. I haven't gone out there yet. I'm excited.
Oh, you'll love Utah. We just went out there last year. We really did Zion National Park and Salt Lake City, and it's awesome out there, man.
Yeah,
Utah. It's pretty dry though. You're gonna have a hard time finding a drink out there. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, they like water it down, right?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit. The drinks are wicked watered down, and unless you're in the city, a lot of these towns are just dry. Like no one fucks with it at all.
For religious purposes?
She's sober though. So
I'm guessing, maybe for the religion, but also just I don't know. Like I don't know.
I think it is because of the religion. I think it's all based off of
the Mormons.
Yeah. But yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say she's doing great.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah. She have a
so
boyfriend?
The guy that she was dating, she brought to my wedding, and they just broke up. So that was 5 years ago. Yeah.
That's a long term.
Yeah. But she's better off. So.
Good. So we like that. All right.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Well, my brother's still single. He's still ready to mingle.
Oh my gosh, me and John saw him at the canteen with a lady, and he said that they were like actually a thing.
He did have a serious girlfriend for the past year or so, but they just split up. So yeah, but he's at the
I remember at your wedding, your mom was trying to like she was just trying to find any single lady out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really? Shady Mare was trying to be the matchmaker for the night?
She still is. Yeah.
He was.
Yeah.
He's living at the Cape?
Yeah, I mean, he had a place in East Boston and then is renting it out now, and he's pretty much full-time at Harwich, yeah. And then he comes back to Shrewsbury and stuff, but he's got he owns a house on the Cape, house in Boston. He's doing okay there. He just needs to find a house for himself, so he's thinking about that next move. He loves Sausalito, California, which is gorgeous. I mean,
it is. Yeah.
That is gorgeous.
But that's like so random.
No, it's not. He works in executive search and does all sort of headhunting placements in the tech industry. So a lot of his clients are obviously in San Fran. So he goes out there quite a bit, and
sweet.
He just likes that little island.
Really yeah, man. Yeah. I think he lived in a boathouse for a little while.
That's cool.
So
San Fran sounds. I've never been there, but sounds cool.
I've been there once, I think, on that road trip.
That
was about it.
You hit us up at the tail end of that road trip. They came. You know about this road trip?
I remember the road trip. Yeah.
Yeah, they came barreling in. Pete, Kim back, and who's the Westfield guy?
Jans.
Yeah. They stunk. They smelled.
Did we?
Bad. Yes. It was like 5 dudes in a Highlander, and you had been eating McDonald's
and just not showering and farting and fucking.
Oh my gosh! Did you say take a shower? Did we take a shower at your place?
Yeah, you did. Okay. And I actually asked you. I asked you guys like, what was your best shower? Because I feel like on a road trip, that's like probably a luxury is taking a nice shower. And you said our place.
Yeah.
This is the one. This is the one. I don't remember the shower. I don't even
stunk like shit.
I don't even remember.
That's hilarious.
Remember you stole drinks at the bar we went out to that night in Adams Morgan?
Sold drinks?
No, stole.
Oh, I stole drinks? No.
Yeah, there was like an empty bar upstairs, and people were just like grabbing drinks from the bar.
I think I do remember this now. Yes, I do remember that.
Classic.
I think we got caught. I think we got kicked out, but I think we yeah. So that was after college. So you were still living there? Steph. When did Steph move down? Or
Steph moved down right after we graduated college.
And that's
And then we lived together for 3 years in 2 different apartments, and then I came back up.
And she
stayed down there because she found the love of her life. What?
She found Trey.
Yep.
How did they meet? Did you introduce them?
No. So Steph was working for a company called Purple, which she worked for up until recently. Mm-hmm. And
healthcare tech?
No, it's like
HR?
Kind of like political consulting. She does the HR, but Trey's aunt worked at Purple, and Trey at the time worked for a moving company, and Trey's aunt hired Trey's company to help with a move, and they met that day when Trey came to help with the move.
The rest is history.
Yeah.
Sounds like an Adam Sandler movie.
Right? And now he's up here.
Wow.
Yeah. DC is the best.
So, are you looking at anything outside of Watertown? Anything bigger that you need to get bigger anyway, or what?
For like moving?
For like having 2 bedrooms for kids or something?
I window shop, but it's not in the cards at the moment because both of our jobs are here, and with childcare, I don't know how much it costs down there, but like
it's a lot, but not a lot compared.
Yeah,
it's like 1,500, but I hear it's like 25 near you.
Yeah.
So
with 2 kids, we just have to wait till they're done with that phase of life.
Yes.
Until we can move on. I think they're going to downsize, and they might move out of Shrewsbury.
You move into that house. That's what my mom always says. You can live here rent free for a year.
I read it.
You know who? My mom has like started to tell people that they're going to downsize, and they live across from Kristen Oliveri, who is Al Lavin's like aunt or something. And so she was like, "Oh, Al Lavin is trying to move back to Shrewsbury. Like, he'll buy your house. So maybe Al Lavin will live in my house."
That'd be wild.
Are they? They're in Holden, I think. Right.
Yeah, they're in Holden.
No, white. A lot of people are in Holden, Rutland, Paxton. You probably saw this.
Yeah, you guys gonna have to give Paxton. I figured Christy would be on this already.
She is someone that needs to be in the queue.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Good call. And we need more females to fill out the episodes, like we're really gender, conscious podcast.
They're way more intelligent than the guys that we are. So, I want to know more about Kate. So, Kate, without getting too heavy, like, yes, Bonner was a very, very good writer and very intelligent. Bonner, you are very intelligent. I will tell you that to your face right now. I love you, man.
Through a screen, but yeah, close enough.
Yeah. 19 hours away driving. I don't think the school really serves males as well. What are your thoughts?
You don't think school serves males as well?
I think there's a lot of skill. I think there's a lot of skill sets that men do not get an opportunity to develop in our current school system structure. I think that women do a lot better at it, and they're very good at it, and they continue to excel. And I totally believe that the future is female because you guys do dominate, and I get that. But what are these men gonna do? What are we gonna do?
Oh my gosh, you guys don't need any
lift
help,
rock.
White men.
We lift rock. We start fire.
I feel like you guys can just like.
I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about. I'm talking about
men in general.
Yeah. Cis men.
I don't even think that you need the education system to serve you anymore. can already like get a leg up on women regardless. So
the Fraser book report story.
I just tried to look Dolores up on Facebook. I couldn't find her.
Oh man, that would have been epic.
Yeah, good to see how she's looking nowadays, what she's up to. I bet she's retired, man. I bet she let that shit go 15 years ago.
Who was our other teacher? Sullivan?
I want to say
Avery?
it was like it was a blonde lady.
She had short blonde hair.
She had short blonde hair, yeah. She taught science.
She taught herself to speed read, and she had a broken wrist, so she became like
Robin.
ambidextrous.
Miss Robin?
Miss Robin, that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
And she was from Oxford, where my mom is from. So we connected on that part of our life.
Nice. Yeah, that's kind of like out more toward my neck of the woods, Oxford.
Yeah.
It's getting close to me.
Was she gay? Or no?
Good question.
She had a daughter?
I never thought about that. She did have a daughter, but she didn't have a partner. So
she was strong-willed. She was interesting.
I put my foot through that glass door right outside her classroom.
Do you remember
that, Kate?
Frank Clouthier put the pencil into the light socket?
Oh, yeah, I was there for that.
Were you there, Kate, for that?
why was our team the way it was? Like such a crazy group of kids. I do remember
they put you in there to kind of make it somewhat equilibrium, but it was a lot of kids. And then, as Bonner admitted on Lowe's podcast, he actually complained to the principal and wanted to get in. I didn't know that story until that day, Bonner.
What?
That you were not originally not on 8 Silver, but then your mom got you in.
Yeah, it's as because I found out where you guys were at.
As Lowe said, you threw a tantrum.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of did. Or I did. I just expressed my mother like, I want to be with my friends or whatever. You know, is there anything? Is there anything to be done about this? See, these are like the only child privileges. You know. So I was like, is there anything to be done about this? And she's like, well, I could try to talk to the headmaster. You know, Mrs. Moon. And sure enough, like it was one meeting, and she was like, all right, well, he's done well in the past. This is pre-high school. I mean, everyone did well before high school. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's switch him over. That'll work out.
Wasn't it all based off of chorus? Like the people that were in chorus were either at the high school or at the middle school.
I don't know. That does ring a bell, actually. That what you say there.
Yeah, it was like something really weird.
It might just be academic skill set.
Just put all the dumb shits over here.
I was always in the lower tier. I was all because I find out later that I have like dyslexia, but I couldn't get tests.
You have dyslexia?
Yeah, bad.
I didn't know that.
Well, not bad, but like I do. I was diagnosed like later in life, but I was like, this is why like I couldn't read signs. No, seriously, like driving down the road, it'd be like boop 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 boop, it'd be like different. I'd be like, is that anyway? I keep them in different ways. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, so no, I think that maybe 8 Silver was the dyslexic group.
Yeah, it was like.
And then Kate's like, "What the fuck am I doing here?" And like, I probably like shovel your paper in the wrong pile.
Oh my God.
I was like, "Well, let's get Kate Berry on this team."
It was fun though.
Oh, it was a blast! It was a blast.
Oh.
So what? Speaking of having fun, what's going on? It's almost summer months. You heading to the Cape?
Yeah, we're gonna.
You guys got a place? Your parents got a place?
My parents have a place in South Yarmouth, so we'll go. We'll go the 4th and probably in August.
The 4th? No Memorial Day? Nothing earlier? Is that coming up?
Probably Memorial Day. I don't know. We go at least once a month.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, because they spend every weekend there, so that's where we see them.
We got to get going. We'll let you go. You've been great. We took up too much of your time.
I know. I'm expecting this little lady to start crying any minute.
Why don't you just bring her on the show?
Well, she hasn't cried yet, though, right? Hey, you haven't heard a thing? No peep?
No peep. That's very true, John. That's
maybe she's
true.
being soothed by the sound of your lovely voice.
Yeah, maybe. And then for the third person, you can, my crew, you can pick any of those ladies.
You pick.
Oh, yeah.
For the next.
Who do you want to hear?
Maybe Ash.
Yeah, yes. Brones would be a great guest. I agree with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Steph would be a good guest.
I think they all would.
They all would. Yeah.
They all would be. But
yeah.
We're gonna get them all at some point. But Brones is a listener, and so I would love to have her on. Kate Berry, I don't think people know how much you are loved by all of us, and are just a great
beloved.
Friend. As Lo said, she's the best friend. She'll be there when you need her. So, I concur.
Thanks,
I concur. You've been there when I needed you.
I'm always there for you.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sure.
Thanks for coming on, Kate.
Thanks.
All right, Kate.
Really good to see you, John.
Bye.
You too.
Good night.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Good night.
Good night.